Coming up on MHS1,
we get a little spooky.
We see how students can break school stereotypes
and get pumped for homecoming.
And that's all coming up on MHS1. Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is Friday, October 26th. I'm Allie Tauber.
And I'm Cordrick Dunn, and you're watching MHS1. The Homecoming Carnival is today. Sydney Beck brings us more on the new event.
For the first time, Stuco is holding an all-day carnival during school to celebrate homecoming.
We have had after-school carnivals for the past couple years, so we've tried to keep the consistent ideas and just kind of bring them during the day. They should be excited because, first of all, it's benefiting a really good cause. It's going to benefit like the school that they go to, and they're going to see like the good things happening with the money that they raise. It's also like going to be a really fun time. It's something that we've never done before, and we're going to have lots of games, and it's going to get everybody really hyped up for the game.
We have like a human-sized hungry hippo. There's like the Velcro wall, laser tag, things like that. There's also going to be like food, drinks, live music. We have a magician. We have people playing the guitars and singing. It's going to be like so much fun. I'm really excited.
The money raised from the event is donated to an interesting cause.
So the charity CIS is Community in Schools. So those are students who need like basic necessities like clothes, school supplies, shoes, sometimes like diapers and baby clothes, sometimes just basic necessities. Miss Natasha will use this money to like go buy it and give it to the students that need it. And newcomers are the students who move from other countries to attend McKinney High, and usually they move like without their family and they're like living with somebody else, and so this money is going to help them like get on their feet, like buy the things that they need. My main job is kind of getting the musical acts together, so we have some really exciting people performing for today's carnival. We have Aiden Lantos and Kennedy Clater, and then we just also have a DJ who's really excited to be here with us. It's taken months, and we're so excited that it's finally here.
This has been Sydney Beck reporting for MHS1.
Many students define themselves by their grades. However, Carson Gorman and Sarah Humadi bring us a story on why you don't need an A in every class.
The district has implemented the 7 Mindsets program in efforts to reduce stress levels in teens. Isaac Santana, an English 3 teacher, thinks that the stress is rooted in the need and want to have an A in every class.
I think wanting to have an A in every class is a primary cause of stress in a lot of my students' lives. I think one of the worst problems about it is that they don't even know why it is causing them such anxiety. Theoretically, if you're going to be anxious, like deeply anxious about something, at least you would know what the purpose of it is. Often when I have students who are just so deeply troubled by this, I say, what is the point of you getting all A's? And they can't even articulate an answer. They don't even know why. And again, it's because of this kind of non-logical attachment to like, well, the A represents who I am as a person. And so I think when you're constantly trying to tell yourself, if I don't have an A, then therefore I am not doing well at life, I'm not a good person, well then of course it's going to be a very anxiety-ridden kind of thing that you're doing there, because at some point you're going to run into teachers or other students who don't understand things in the same way, and if you come up to a teacher who's not just going to give you an A because you want it, it's essentially denying your personhood. It's denying your self-worth, and anything that is denying your self-worth is going to be a major cause of anxiety.
Sophomore Leah Boatman feels that one should be applauded for having an A, but also feels that it's not essential to success.
I care about my grades because it makes you feel better when you see that you have A's. Like, it shows you've been putting in the effort, and it shows you've been putting in the time to like care about it. I think there's a lot of pressure to it. Everyone wants to have good grades. Your parents do, you do yourself, and it kind of reflects off of you and your work ethic. So when I check my grades on Hack, there's usually a lot of anxiety because like I want to know what I got in a certain test or a certain quiz, and I don't know what I get yet, so it's anxious. I get anxious.
This has been Carson Gorman and Sarah Humadi reporting for MHS1.
High school is a time to find your passion and hobbies.
Just like me under the lights on Friday nights.
Exactly. Samantha Richards and I show how Aiden Lantos is pursuing his passion for music.
Aiden Lantos has been surrounded by music his entire life, and after many years of studying and practicing, has begun to produce his own music, under the name Laszlo Lantos.
It's kind of like alternative jazz, or like lots of blues influence. I don't know, I listened to a lot of music growing up. We were a very musical family. My sister learned to play the piano when she was really young, and so we just kind of started making music together. And I really liked the component of making something come out of an instrument that sounds pretty, you know? The creative process can be a kind of angering, it's frustrating. But once there's an idea, like Take Off Your Shoes, I wrote in an afternoon. But that's case A. But case B is I sit down and I'm like, I'm gonna write a song today, and it doesn't happen. Because I'm just like sitting there and everything doesn't sound good and nothing's working and it's frustrating. But then when it does happen, the satisfaction of that outweighs the frustration. If anybody has a hobby, they're gonna do it because they enjoy it. And I feel like I have the capability to share the fruit of my hobby, because everybody loves music. It's the most acquired art form. And so, if I can do it, then I'm going to. And not a lot of people take that chance. And so, I think like every stream on Spotify is like 0.008 cents. It's like nothing, but it's still like, I don't do it to make money, I just do it because I want to.
Laszlo is currently working on his new album, and you can find his music on Spotify. This has been Samantha Richards and Allie Tauber reporting for MHS1.
Now here is Alicia Stokes with sports.
The Lionettes volleyball team fell to Boyd this Tuesday 2-3, making their district record 8-3. They'll be going to playoffs soon. The Lions football team won against Plano West, making their district record 2-2. They'll be playing their homecoming matchup this Friday against Plano East. Good luck, Lions! Now here's a story from Sydney Beck and Sam Richards on an update on our football team.
We all we got! We all we need! We all we got! We all we need! We all we got! We all we need!
Last week, the Lions improved their record with a win against Plano West.
Season's been going, not as we planned for it to go, but it's getting better. We started off our season 0-5. We went into a bye week and really improved and got better in a lot of areas since we've won our last 2 games, and things are starting to look up for us. It's kind of where we thought we would be to start the season, but we're playing better. We're playing a better brand of football. Our kids are more bought in, and it's been a lot more fun.
I mean, the day Coach Shavers walked in, he was an eye-turner. Turned everyone's head around, and everyone was saying, who's that giant guy? Potentially our new head coach. But same with Coach Zim and Coach Boone. They both came in very confident and knew they could be an asset to our program.
I think the swagger, has definitely gone up. We have some kids that, seem to be a little bit more confident about themselves and in their abilities. And I think that's a testament to Coach Shavers and Coach Boone and Coach Zimmerman. That's something that they preach, a little bit about, just having a swagger about you. And so I definitely think that that's rubbed off on the kids. And it's good because day in and day out, week in and week out of practices and games and just the routine, it allows them just to stay a little bit more in tuned, a little bit more amped up, so to speak.
It's been great to see how our team has grown and our players have grown individually closer to our coaches throughout this year. They've been challenged. It's a predominantly new coaching staff that have challenged our players tremendously, and some of the relationships have just been great to see cultivated, and there's some lifelong relationships being developed right now.
A rise in school spirit has served as motivation for the team.
It's more of a special night. It's kind of when people will come back, and we want to give those people a win. So in terms of like the record, it's just another game, but I mean, we plan to win, and I know Plano East is a good school, but I think we can beat them.
We're excited about our homecoming game. We know we're playing a very, very good football team tonight. We know that we're going out there and playing in a game that's important for our school, important for our community, and it's also important for the playoff implications in our district. And so we're very, very excited to go out here. It's been a good week of practice, and we're hoping that translates to tonight's football game.
One thing we try to get our kids to understand is just that, hey, they need to focus on the little things that they do every day, day in and day out, that's going to make them successful and in turn make our team successful.
This has been Sydney Beck reporting for MHS1.
The Lions tennis team fell 6-10 in their first district playoff game. Congrats on a good season, Lions. That's all for sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Alicia. Construction has yet to die down. Garrett Morrison and Marshall Edwards bring us the Auditorium update.
The Performing Arts Center construction is coming to a close, and Mr. Wells is looking forward to using it.
This auditorium is really unique. Nothing like any other high school theater auditorium that I've seen before. It is a 1,000-seat auditorium, which is similar to Boyd and North, but it has a balcony. So they split up that 1,000 seats into about 700 below and 300 above. So you can more or less close off the balcony and you can have a more intimate production there. That's one of many things that are unique about it. The orchestra pit floor can be raised and lowered. There's storage underneath the stage floor. You could even have a trap door under the floor of the stage. There is a catwalk that runs all around the perimeter of the new auditorium. So incredibly safe space as well, which is really nice. It's a proscenium stage, about 50 by 50 on the stage floor. So there'll be a great big opening the audience can look through, and then there's going to be stage curtains and probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 line sets so we can hang scenery and raise and lower scenery from above. The first show is supposed to go up the end of January in that space. So that's our big musical for the year, Phantom of the Opera.
This has been Garrett Morrison and Marshall Edwards reporting for MHS1.
Finding your future passion is one thing, but exploring it is another. Emily Hauser and Marybeth Plaster bring us the story on ISM.
ISM stands for Interdisciplinary Study and Mentorship. This class is for high-achieving students who are really passionate about their particular career field and want to go more in depth with it.
I get to help kids study what they're really passionate about. I think one of the neatest parts about ISM is the mentorship piece of it, students getting to work with or shadow someone in the field and experience what that job is going to really be like. The interviews and the mentorship component, the getting out of the building, getting out of the actual classroom and seeing the job firsthand and what the people do and what the offices are like or the facilities are like, I think that is probably the most valuable component of ISM and the experiences students have in the class.
I'm studying sustainable textiles and apparel. The reason I chose this is because the environment has always been really important to me and I want to do things to help it, but I don't want to just do like environmental sciences. Knowing that I'm doing something good for our planet and for the people around me is so awesome because I mean, it's just nice to do something for your community and the world.
I signed up for ISM because I knew what I wanted to do and I thought that it would help me with my professional skills and public speaking skills and help me get a head start in my field. This year in ISM, I'm studying primary education because I think that teachers impact a child's life the most apart from their family. I got interested in elementary education because growing up with teachers who were really inspiring and who I was able to connect with and grow relationships with really inspired me to become a teacher.
This has been Marybeth Plaster and Emily Hauser reporting for MHS1.
Harsh weather leads to harsh outcomes.
Sadly, that was the case for Abby Syme.
Emma Triana sheds light on the unfortunate situation.
I'm Abby Syme. I love musical theater, I love tap dancing, I love singing, and that's me.
Abby is one of the most extreme people I've ever met in my entire life. From her clothes, her shoes, her lipstick, her personality, her song choice, everything.
Abby is very
outgoing and exciting person. She's not afraid of anything or what other people think of her.
She told me that she was going to be on Broadway. That's the first conversation I ever had with Abby Sy.
Broadway is my end game. It's a lot of hard work, and I'm up for the challenge.
She's a character. Definitely a character. I have so much fun with Abby.
This summer, our house burned down. It happened 2 days before school started. Lightning struck our house, and I was sleeping. Here's my head. It was like right there. The lightning went boom right there. I'm not even kidding.
So we heard the lightning strike, and then I got a call from my wife. She said, "Can you go outside and just see if there's fire or smoke coming out of the house?" And sure enough.
And my sister was in there and our dog. So my sister called 911. We grabbed our dog, we ran out. We went outside, we went to our neighbors.
It was pouring out. I mean, it was a nasty storm that came through. So they were sitting out in their car. I had them pull into our driveway, and then the fire department was there probably 5 minutes later.
The whole roof is gone, the whole second story gone. Like, it's a complete teardown.
You can smell the smoke and you can see it coming off the back.
You don't know that people care about you until, like, a tragedy happens. We're sitting there on our curb watching our house just, like, burn. And then our neighbors come up, they're like, "Do you need anything?"
It's amazing how people come together when something like this happens, because people just want to be able to help. And there were, that night, even though it was pouring out, there were probably 12.5 people standing here, what can we do, what can we do?
There were a couple just random people, I guess maybe neighbors that were walking around that just gave them donations, just felt the need to help them out.
The people just came down and were just helping us. It's like, what? Like, that's insane. And we didn't want anybody to be like, go out of their way for us, but they did.
The following days, it was everyone in the neighborhood, throughout the community. There was a GoFundMe set up.
Abby's friends in the theater department found the link, and we shared it all throughout the community, on our social media, through our theater department, through other clubs, and it just blew up. It raised like over $20,000 in 48 hours. It was kind of insane.
It's amazing to see what the community and the neighborhood has done for the Seam family.
As horrible as it was, it just kind of helped us put everything in retrospect.
They're the type of people, whatever's taken to them, they always still smile, because they know that they still had each other, and like material things like that, like, just don't matter to them.
Everything seems trivial. Like, stuff is just stuff. Like, all I really want is like my family. Like, that's all I care about.
As long as they have each other, the Symes are always okay. Abby Syme is a trooper. Tried and true.
The hard things happen to the strongest people. So I think it's building us up for something bigger.
That's Abby Syme.
This has been Emma Triana reporting for MHS1.
Oh, it's an adventure.
Goodwill gets a little spooky for Halloween.
Sarah Humadi and Carson Gorman challenged 3 students to a Halloween thrifting competition.
Three students, Goodwill thrifting, Halloween. Who will create the best costume?
All right, ladies, I'm riled up.
So I literally just pick up anything I see, but I have a lot in my hand right now. I found this shirt, and I was really getting those Miley Cyrus from the Hannah Montana movie vibes. Just get a bunch of essential pieces and come up with something quirky, something cute. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna win. It's gonna be good. I'm really excited.
I think this is a yes.
Guys, help me. Like, seriously, I have no idea what I'm doing. Please help me. I think I'm ready to try on.
Sis, I've been ready to try on.
Okay, so they're both ready, and I'm not. Mima's home. I made some cookies for you on my new 5th edition of the Carefree Plate Collection I've been looking for years.
My name's Tim.
Get out of my swamp. I'm Mima, and I can spoil you any day.
My name's Tim. I'm a yee and I fully endorse Senator Ted Cruz.
And I'm Shrek, and onions do have layers.
Who will win? Mima? Yee? Or Shrek? Go to Twitter at Mainstream News and make your vote now.
Happy homecoming, Lions. That's all we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News. And remember,
if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School, it's MHS1.